Hello everyone, Rich here, back for part 3 of this MV Bloemfontein Castle tutorial. Today's focus is the first 3 decks of the ship's superstructure. I think it's 3 decks, but we'll see. And also portholes on the side of the superstructure, pillars and all that other guff. So yeah, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go to the back end of the ship first. We're going to add pillars and portholes along the side first. So we're going to go right down to the back end. Well, not quite all the way down the back end, but down to the end of the white side, so the side wall here, and then it goes inwards for the inside there. And as you can see, I've added the doors and windows on the inside there, so that's something I've already done. So we're going to go to the end of this white wall here, and what we're going to do, we're going to get our well, I use end rods for this, but you can use white blocks if you want to. We're just going to add pillars. So we get our pillars like that, and then if I just look at the prototype, we want to go every 5th block from the end. So start here and go count 5 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and add our first pillar. So you want to add 17 of these pillars along the side here, and same on the other side. So 17, all spread out by 5 blocks, or every 5th block basically. So that's 1 so far, and then that's 2. And make sure it's every 5th block. So you got 4 blocks between each pillar basically. So every 5th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 3 pillars. That's 4 pillars. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, no, that's 11, and then I just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 so far. 12, 13, 14, 15. Wrong way, that way. That's 15, and then 16. And then 17 like that. So there's all 17 pillars on the side there, and they should be spread out by each by 4 blocks in between, but every 5th block basically. And I'm sure there's 1 or 2 which I've done slightly wrong, but I'm not going to correct it now because I can't be bothered. But anyway, there's all 17 in place, and it shouldn't look too bad. So I'll do the other side later on, but I'll just get this side out of the way. So just to give you an idea on how it looks, like that. And what we want to do now is to add windows along the side now. I'm just going to sort of work out where these ones go. So we've got windows along the side of the white here. So if we go to the end of the white wall here where the pillars are, and just go sort of 2 blocks, 3rd block forward, and add our first window there. Now I don't know how many of these there are, but we just want to build them all the way forward, every 4th block, basically up to where the hull starts to curve upwards. So don't go all the way to the end, but go to where the hull starts to curve up. So every 4th block, we'll add our window, just to get this little job out of the way. I've got a sneeze coming on. It's not. It's really starting to annoy me. I'll just get this job out of the way anyway, and then I can focus on that. La 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 la. As per usual, it's one of the boring jobs, but it does make the ship slightly better looking. And in theory, I really should do the portholes on the main hull, but there's too many of them, and I can't bother to do it. The people who have got the time and the expertise to do that, fair enough, but me, I can't be asked. That's my excuse anyway, but there we go. There's the last porthole there. So just before the hull starts to curve upwards, you can stop with the portholes there. But if you want to, you can add the windows if you want to, all the way to the tip of the bow. It's up to you, but I usually go as far as there. So, yeah, that's about my limit on that one. So there we go. There's the windows on the side there, and also the pillars on the side. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a quick jump cut while I do the other side, and then we can move on to some bigger stuff. So back in a sec. Okay, so there's the windows and portholes done on both sides now, and it should look something like that, in theory. So what we're going to do now, go to the front end of the ship, and we'll start with the big superstructure sections. So we're going to go right to the front end, and we're going to go right, basically to the front end, or to the back end, basically, of the shear. So you got the shear, the shear here, which is basically the curvy up part of the hull of the deck. So don't go to the front section, not the second section, but go to the third section, which is the one section up from the main deck, and go to the back of that. As you can see, you've got 3 sections which go higher than the main deck. So the main deck is here, go to the very front end of the main deck into the back end of the third section of the shear, and I've already got a centre block there. So what we want to do is on the wood deck down here, the first block of the main deck, we want to count back to the 24th block. So that's go the other way, so I'll go backwards. So that's the first block there. I want to count back 24, so that's 10, 20, 24 there. So the 24th block is that one there. So 24 blocks back, like so. And then what we want to do then is to build our front wall 13 wide. So that's what's that? 6 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way. So it looks something like that. And then for the sides curving round, you want 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 and 2 like that. And then the sides I'll do in a minute, but do we get the other side out of the way first? So it was 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 and 2 like that. So there we go, there's the front wall like that, all curvy and nice and neat. And then you build that to 4 blocks high, all the way across. Let's try and get this out of the way as quick as I can. What I'll do one side and then I'll like this, and then I'll copy it across just to save a bit of time. So there's half of it, you can see, built to 4 high, and like I said, I'll just quickly copy that to the other side. Down to that, and we do copy, flip, paste, and there we go, there's the front wall, now 4 blocks high. Now on the side, we want to build the wall along the side. It's going to be 4 blocks high, but I'll just do the bottom for a minute. So the side wall is going to be 105 blocks long, so that's the first block there, and I measure as I go along, so we want 105. So this may take a little while, but like I say, when you've built it, once you've built it 105 long, you increase it to 4 blocks high. So I'll just use welded for that, but there we go. So I'll just quickly get this out of the way. How far is that? That is 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. There we go, 105 like that down the side, and then we increase that to, what was it, 4 blocks high. So let's quickly do that. Build that to 4 high down to the front end there, the same height as the front walls, and we'll do set quartz like that, and there we go, that's now 4 blocks high. So I'll do the other side in a minute, but what we want to do first is to add the side windows. So we go the windows on this wall here are going to be in the same position as the walls as the windows below, but they're going to be sort of I think it's a 3 block gap, so 4th block up, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up from the windows below, and we'll add our side windows like that. So I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. So how many do we want? Don't know, but basically you just want to add windows along the side. So it's 4th block, 4 blocks up from the windows below, and put them in the same position, and build these windows all the way along the side wall that we just built. So get these ones out of the way as well. I know it's not the most attractive ship, but it's a fairly simple one. And there we go, that's that side all done like that, and you can get the windows in place, in theory. And we'll just do the other side. So like I said, it's the same on both sides, so get that other side wall out of the way. I'll just quickly copy that to the other side just to save a bit of time. I am using welded, of course, but you can do this freehand because it is only a small ship. So there we go. So just quickly copy, flip, paste, and there we go. There's the other side done, and there we are. That's that bit done there. So that's all the windows and side wall done. And what we're going to do now is work out what this bloody vibrating sound is on my desk, and then we can move on to something else. So bear with me a second. Right, I think that's sorted out. So what we want to do now is to build the inside wall. So we've got the side walls already done, so we're going to build the inside walls now. So if we go to the back end of the tall walls we just built here, these white walls, and what we do, I'm going to work on the left side and do the other side in a minute, but on the left side here, go from the end and go 1 block forward on the inside like so, and to this point here, and then from there we're going to build inwards, 4 inwards, so 1, 2, 3, 4 like that towards the no, 5 in, sorry, 5 in like that, so it's 5 inwards, and then for the sides we want how long do we want? We want 25. So I think it's 25. Yeah, 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 like that. So it's 25 like that. 5 in, 25 back. I do the other side. So it's 1 forward from the end, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in, and then 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 like that. And then join them together across the back. Officially it's 13 inwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 like that. So it's 13 plus a centre block and 13 the other side. So there we are. So that's those inside walls laid out, and then you just increase them to 3 blocks high all the way around, so shouldn't take too long. Oh, hang on. So 3 high all the way around, and I'll quickly do this freehand. Same the other side. There we go, and then finally across the back. And there we go, there's those inside walls done there. And as before, like with the deck below, you know, down here, you can start adding the doors and windows if you want to. I'll sort that out later on, but sort of get an idea on what you want to do. And then what we're going to do now is go back to the side walls again, the 4 high sections, and from there, from the top block here, we're going to build down the side, and these are overhang. These are going to be extended by 24, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then we want 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So there we are, that's that bit done there, overhangs, and then inwards we want 17, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus a centre block, and then do the same the other side, so it's 24 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then inwards 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like that. And there we go, that's the end of what would be the top, the upper deck. And then, how do I do this? What we want then is on the side again, so back to the side walls and back to the bottom, we want to extend the side, basically build a wall along the deck here like this. We want to build that to 24, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, how measure that, sorry. So how long was that? That was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So there we are, that's the side wall and the upper deck being positioned in, and I'll do the same on the other side. It's basically just following the contours of the deck above, so I just follow that. I won't bother counting it. So it's 24 here, and then 5 that side, and there we go, that's both areas done there, and it don't look too bad. And as before, what you can do is start adding the pillars. I'm trying to think how to do this, because the pillars are not quite the same position as I have on the prototype, but that's no big deal. We can improvise that one. Anyway, what we can do now is start adding the deck. So the deck will sit on top of these inside walls like so, and then the deck will sit inside the outside edge like so. So the deck sits on top of the inside walls like I just showed you, and the deck will sit on the inside of the outer ring we just added. So what we're going to do, we're going to stand here and just fill in the deck all the way to the front end of the the curved wall over there on the front we just built. So the deck would just go all the way to the front of that, so, or to that basically. So I used the fill tool, so fill wood by 300, and that should fill in relatively quick. And oh, there we go, that's done. And there we go, it doesn't look too bad. So that's that deck done there. Marvellous. And that's gone all the way to the front end, which it has, that's fine. And yeah, so what we're going to do now, just going to add those pillars. I'm just going to work out what to do here, because the pillars are sort of one block out of place, but the pillars in theory should be in the same place as the ones below, so I'll try and get that in place. So yeah, I think it's 7 pillars you want on there, but and it's actually the same position as the one below, as the ones below. So so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a pillar there. So as long as they're in the same position as the ones below, should get them all in place. And so you can improvise if you want to, because this last pillar here is in the wrong place. So you can see it's slightly too short on this area. So if you want to, you can extend the deck by 1 block, or just do what I've done and put the pillar 1 block closer to the previous pillar. So it's not going to make a huge bit of difference, but it is a slight miscalculation on my part. But it doesn't detract from the look of the ship or anything that's going to be structural. It's just a slight it's a slight issue, should we say, that no one really going to care about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that pillar in there. Just do the pillars on the other side, because there's only a couple, or a few. And there we go. There's all the pillars done on that side. And like I say, you can do the inside walls as well, with the doors and windows, and everything should work out fine. So that is that deck done there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a jump cut while I do those inside windows and doors, and then we can move on to the next deck. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So what we're going to do now is move on to the next deck, which is well, the boat deck, I think. So we're going to go to the front of the superstructure, which we just built earlier on, and what we're going to do is increase it to 8 blocks high. So it's already 4 blocks high. So the front walls all the way out to the edge, not the sides, but all the way out to the edge of the rows of 2. Basically these rows of 2 here. So I want to increase this front wall all the way around to 8 blocks high. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 in total. So yeah, so it's already 4 high, just increase it to 8 high across the front. So I shall do that as quick as I can. So it was already 4 high, just increase it by another 4 in height. And try and do it properly without screwing it up like I'm doing. And as before, what I do, I just do one side and copy it across. So it probably would have been easier if I'd done this all in the first place anyway, but no big deal. Anyway, there's half of it done. So that's increased to 8 blocks high. So I'll just quickly copy that to the other side, just to get it out of the way. So copy, flip, paste, and there we go. So there's the front walls all done now, increased to 8 high. And then for the sides, what we're going to do is I don't know actually. We want to build the side. I've not written this down very well, have I? Hang on, I'm just going over to the prototype. We want to build a side wall for support, which is going to be try and get this right. Hang on. The side wall with the bottom support is going to be 105 long. So there we go. We want a line of 105 along the side. Sorry about that, I didn't write it down. So yeah, so we've got the front walls all done there, and then we want to build a line along the side 105 long. So that's the first block there. We'll just build 105 all along the side. So just get this out of the way. I won't bother counting it, I just build it freehand. So we want 105, that's 105. And just how far is that? That is 67, so a bit further yet. And that is 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. So that's 105 there. That's fine. And what I do the same the other side. And get that out of the way. So I want 105 down the other side. Am I nearly there? Oh, nearly there. Right, there we go. So there's the side wall done there. So, right, that's job done there. Okay. So that's the front walls and the side supports done. Right, so what we're going to do now is add the windows along the side. There's going to be 4 groups of these, and the windows are 2 blocks high at a time, or each. So we're going to go to the first, basically this pillar here, which is part of the front wall. So this pillar here, and what we're going to do is from there, we're going to add 2 windows. So that's a window there and a window there. They're 2 blocks high, and they're spaced by a single block. So you've got a pair of windows there, and then you leave a 2 block gap, and then add another 4 windows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So there's a 2 block gap between each set. And then after those 4 windows, you leave a 4 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the 5th block, we add 3 windows. So 1, 2, 3, plus a 4 block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 5th block, we add 2 windows. 1, 2. There we go. So there's the windows in place there. Can't see them very well, but they're there nonetheless. And then after that last window, we want to add a pillar of 2 blocks basically. So 2 blocks like that, 3 high like that. Or it's 4 high in total if you count the support like that. But anyway, just want to add that pillar like that, and add the pillars in between now, and the gaps in between, and everything should look okay. So yeah, there's the windows in place there, and just add a line across the top now from the last 2 pillars at the back of the from the last 2 windows. Just add a line of blocks across the top of all the windows to the front wall, like so, and there you go. That's all joined up there, and that's the side windows like that. I could do the other side, may as well. So after that first pillar, we wanted 2 windows, and then what was it, a 2 block gap, and then 4 windows, 2, 3, 4. And then a 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 windows, and then 4 gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 windows, I do believe, and then 2 pillars afterwards, 3 high, and then fill in all the gaps in between. And then the window, the line across the top of the window, sorry, like so. And there we go, there's the side all done. Those windows all done, marvellous, beautiful, brilliant, and all things like that. So that's that job done. And now what we're going to do is scratch my eye a minute because it itches. And then what we're going to do, we're going to build the inside walls. And what we're going to do, we're going to work on the left side, but it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to work on the left side first, and for the inside walls, we're going to go 1 forward of the end of the of this side wall. So the side wall's here, and we're going 1 block forward on the inside, and build inwards 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and then increase that to 3 high. May as well increase it to 3 high like that, and I'll do the other side as well. Get that out of the way. So 1 block in from the front, or 1 block forward of the front, or 1 block forward of the back rather, and then in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Increase to 3 high. Like so, and then the side walls going down the length of the ship, we want a line of 72. That's 7-2. So I build it freehand. So that's the first block there, and we want a line of 72. Tra-la-la-la-la, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. So how far is that? That is 81. So I've gone too far. And that is a line of 72. There we go. So that's 72 there. And then increase the height of that to 3 blocks high. So 3 high all the way down to the front end. We'll just use set quartz like that. And there we go. That's that 72 along the side there. I'll do the same the other side. So first block there. And then 72. I could just use the stack tool, but I can't be asked. It's easier, but I'm sort of into this now. Never mind. So you want 72 down the side like that. That's 71, and then 72 like that. And there we go. And then 3 blocks high all the way to the front end. And there we go. That's that side done there. And as before, you can start adding the doors or windows to these walls. They will look better when they're done. And then for the back, it's basically just a straight wall across a straight line across the side. So I don't know how long the wall is on the back here, so I'll measure it and then put a center block in. But I'll get it out. I'll build it to 3 high first, and then I'll measure it to find out where the center is. But it's just basically a straight wall from side to side. So how wide was it? It was 27, not counting the outside edges, so it's 13 plus a centre block. So there's the centre block of the previous deck. I just go from there and then add a centre block. There we go, front to that back wall, and there we go. That's that little job done there. Right, brilliant, marvellous. So the next job we want to do now is to go back to where the side walls are with the windows on the sides like this, and then we're going to extend the top like we did with the previous two decks. We've got to build the overhang of the promenade, or not really a promenade. I don't know what the deck is actually. But anyway, we're going to extend from the top block here, and we're going to extend it by 75. So that's 75 we want. So that's first block there. So it's 75 we want. So 75. So it's basically 3 blocks longer than the line below. So no big deal. Still got to measure it though, just to get it out of the way. Oh, there we go. How far is that? That is 78. So 1, 2, 3 back, and there we go. 75. So it's exactly the same length into when we come to build the line below. So there we go. So that is in the same position, like I say, as the line below. So there we go. So I do the same on the other side. We want a line of 70. Was it 75? Yeah. So just quickly build that. The other side. And the back wall again is basically the same. It's basically a straight line, so you don't need to count how wide the wall is on the back. Just build from corner to corner, side to side. Just build the back, and I'll explain it in a minute. So I just get this back side done there. And there you go. That's that 75 long wall there. And like I say, just build on a straight line from corner to corner, or side to side along the back here, to join them together like so, and it should look like that. And then we'll add a colour block in the centre, so I know that is the centre, like so. So there we are, that's that bit done there. And then you can start adding the deck, and we'll start adding that. You can go wherever you like for the deck, so I'll start at the front of this one. Bit of a stutter there. What do I do? Oh yeah, adding the deck. So add the deck along the top line of the superstructure, like so, and it's basically going to go right the way back, over the top of those inside walls, down to the sort of the overhang at the back end. So as per usual, I shall stand on top of the inside walls and use the fill tool. So where's the fill tool? Fill wood by 300, and that should do the whole deck. And, oh, there we go. So that was quickly done there, and that's how it should look when it's all done. Marvellous. And like I said, you can start adding the doors and windows on the inside walls, because it's a fairly simple job. And there we go. But first we've got to add the pillars, and as before, it's the same design as before. So every fifth block we want pillars. So I think there's 15 pillars in total. So yeah, it should be 15 pillars. So I'll do the first one and then count from there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every fifth block we want a pillar. So that's 1 pillar, and that's 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. There we go, 15 on the very corner there. So well, that's all those pillars in place, and they don't look too bad. So not really sure what else to do. We're going to do a bit more detailing. We can get our court stairs, and we can add the corner blocks for the open promenade areas. So what we're going to do is go to the front end of where the pillars are on the top deck, and add a stair block there to create the curve of the promenade there. Not sure it is the promenade, but we'll go with that. And then the same with the 2 decks below. Add a white block in the corner there, and a white block in the corner down there. And there we go. It's a small detail, but it just adds a bit more to it, and it don't look too bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly copy those pillars to the other side, just to get that little job out of the way, and then I'm going to ponder what to do next. So let's get this little job done, sorted and dusted. Just quickly copy, flip to the right, and then we paste, and there should be all the pillars in place. There we go, that's all them down the other side, and it don't look too bad. So that's that little job done there. So how many decks we done? 2, I think. So yeah, that's quite a bit of superstructure anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a quick jump cut, because I'm going to do a bit more measuring and sort out the next bit. I'll also do the doors and windows on the inside walls, and then we can move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've added the doors and windows to the inside walls of the top deck there. And what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to the front end of the ship, and we're going to start and add the what would be the bridge deck. So it's basically the top deck of the superstructure. So we're going to focus on that now. Well, first we're going to add a wall around the front end of the superstructure first. So basically just a wall around the front. So start from the center, wherever, and just add a wall around the front, all the way out to the side, and only go as far as the side, like so. And then you want 10 down the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. And do the same the other side, all the way out to the side, and then 10 down the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So that's that little job done there. And now for the superstructure for the bridge deck, we want to go back to the center block on the front, and then on the wood we're going to count back to the 4th back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll add a colour block, and then for the front wall here we want to build it 9 wide. So that is 4 either side. 1, 2, 3, 4 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4 that way, like so. And then out we want 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2 back. Same the other side. So it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2, 2, like that, plus 2 back, like so. So there's the front wall, like so, like a big sort of a half D, if you like. And then from the row of 3 you want to build along the side a line of 74. So that's 7, 4. So that's the first block there. You just want to build a line of 74 down the side. So I'm going to use the stack tool this time. It's basically just builds the line for me. So I'm just going to build stack 74, like so. And now I measure it to make sure it is 74. I'm sure it's going to be 1 block longer, but there we go. So there we are at 75. So I just reduce it by 1, and that's our 74, like so. So I'll do the same the other side. So I just put our first block there, and just do the stack again, and I measure it to make sure it is 74. And there we go. So it's 1 block too far, and then we get 74 like that, like so. And then basically just join them together across the back, so it's a single line across the back, like so, like that. Just seal it off, and then I'll just work out where the center line is. So carry on. These center blocks are not really essential. They're just they're just markers really, because when I'm building superstructure, it just helps to work out where things are. So I'm just building the center lines in each place. But there we go. That is that section done there. That's that done. So what we're going to do now is go to the front wall, and for the front wall and the row of 4 on the side and the row of 3, we're going to increase that to 4 high, I think. I'm trying to work this one out. Yeah, 4 high. So the front wall here, just build that to 4 high, like so. And then the row of 4 and the row of 3 do the same. So build them to 4 high as well, like that. And then the same the other side. The row of 4 and the 3. Like so. So that's that little job done there. And then what we're going to do is build the bridge wings outwards. So from the row of 3, we want to add, so from the top of the row of 3, build 1, like that. And then we're going to build 3 rows of 4 outwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, out to the side like that. And then we want a row of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, like that. And then we're going to go back 2, 1, 2, and then on the inside of that, go back 2 again, 1, 2, and then inwards 2, 1, 2, like that. So it curves around like that in rows of 2. And then after that row of 2, we want a line, 2 rows of 4 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And that last row of 4, you can build down to connect to the walls below. And there you go. There's your bridge wing that sticks out the side, like so. And I do the same on the other side now. Go back to that row of 3, and the top row of 3, or top of the row of 3, add 1, and then 3 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then back 2, 1, 2, on the inside back 2, 1, 2, and then inwards 2, 1, 2, and then 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, connect down to the deck below, and there we go. So there we are, there's your bridge wings there, and it don't look too bad. So what we're going to do now is between the pillar of the bridge, or between the front wall and the pillar which connects the bridge wing there, you're going to want to increase the wall here between 3 blocks high. So just do all things like that. So that's 3 high in between there and the front wall. So once again, on the other side, between the pillar and the front wall, increase to 3 high. Like so. And then behind the pillar and behind the bridge wing, basically, you're going to increase the walls down the side and across the back to 4 high. So it's 4 high from the back of the bridge wing. So what I'll do, I'll quickly use well-edit for that one. So it's 4 high all the way down the sides and across the back. So we'll just use set quartz for that one. And then across the back, I'll do the same. And then up the other side in just a mo. And there we go. That's that job done there. And there we go. That's the sidewalls done. And that is the basically the main top of the main superstructure, basically. And we've got the bridge deck in place. So when we come back in part 4, the bridge wheelhouse will sit on top of these bridge wings, so or on top of this bridge deck anyway. So what we can do now is add the deck. So go from the bridge wings if you like, and just add the wood blocks in each section, like so, going all the way across and down to the back end, and it should all look fine. So as before, I shall stand on one of these white blocks on the inside and use the fill tool. So fill wood by 200 or 300, and that should fill in the whole thing, and it has. And there we go, that's the top deck superstructure done, and it don't look too bad. So as before, I won't do this now, but I'll do it later on, but you can start adding the doors or windows to the main superstructure, the top deck house, and it shouldn't look too bad. But that's what I'm going to do for today. But we are getting through what we have, so we've done quite a lot. I mean, 3 decks so far, and the ship is already, I'll say, about 60% done. It's just smaller details to add now. So that's it for part 3 anyway. So for part 4, we'll probably do the forecastle, the ship's wheelhouse, and maybe the funnel. We'll see, but probably definitely the forecastle and the cranes and things like that. So that's something for part 4. We'll probably get this all done within part 5, so hopefully things will go according to plan. They never do, but you know, you sort of get the idea. But that's that. So like I say, part 4, forecastle deck, wheelhouse, and other smaller details, and we can move on from there. So that's it for part 3. So this is Rich signing off, logging off, disappearing, and I shall return in part 4. So bye for now.